Young and the Restless Spoilers heat up with tensions ahead of Ian's return. Murder and mystery behind Sharon and Phyllis's kidnapping. Is Ian Ward back for revenge? In recent weeks, The Young and the Restless has been buzzing with a tense and mysterious plot twist. One of the biggest questions right now is not who will fall in love with who, but who is behind the gruesome kidnapping of Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers. Clues are slowly being revealed, and the identity of this villain may make fans sigh with relief or even shock. Could the person behind it all be Ian Ward, the Newman family's old enemy? Ian Ward, death and a terrifying return. Since Ian Ward last appeared in Genoa City, he has left an indelible mark on the hearts of the audience and the characters in the story. One of the more dramatic moments is when Ian is presumed dead after a tense confrontation. However, what happens next leaves a lot of doubt. In the last moment the audience sees Ian, he wakes up gasping for breath, lying in an ambulance, leaving one to wonder, is Ian really dead, or is this all part of his elaborate plan? While no one has ever confirmed that Ian escaped, recovered in hospital, or was even captured, these details could be important to the ongoing story. Perhaps Ian has conspired to evade his pursuers and is hiding somewhere, waiting for the perfect opportunity to return and exact his revenge. The mysterious disappearance of Sharon and Phyllis. Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers, two important characters on The Young and the Restless, have recently experienced a stressful event, a mysterious kidnapping. Their disappearance has shaken the whole of Genoa City, and questions are constantly being asked: who is behind this kidnapping? And why are Sharon and Phyllis being targeted? There are some theories that this kidnapping is not an accident, but part of a revenge plan carried out by Ian Ward. After all, Ian has a reason to hate Sharon and Phyllis, especially Sharon, who has hindered his plans in the past. Along with Phyllis, Sharon has been one of the people who caused Ian to face many difficulties in his dark schemes. And Ian's return to seek revenge is not a far-fetched hypothesis. Clues begin to reveal clues about who is behind the kidnapping of Sharon and Phyllis begin to slowly emerge, leaving viewers and the cast of The Young and the Restless to search for the truth. One of the most notable signs is that some characters in town begin to recall past events involving Ian Ward, and the strange connections between him and the two victims. From brief encounters to tense confrontations, Ian has always been a ghost haunting the Newman family, especially Sharon and Phyllis. Meanwhile, the police and other characters such as Victor Newman, Nikki Newman, and Nick Newman are working tirelessly to investigate the disappearance. However, each time they find a new clue, it leads them deeper into a complicated maze. This leads many to believe that Ian Ward may be behind it all, and he is planning to take down the people he hates the most. Golden opportunity for revenge. It seems like Ian Ward's return at this time is not a coincidence. Genoa City currently believes Ian is dead, and that is why he has a golden opportunity to carry out his revenge plans without being suspected. People never suspect that Ian is alive and may be watching Sharon, Phyllis, and the Newman family's every move. This is when Ian can take advantage of their lack of vigilance and make dangerous moves. This opens up a big question: is Ian Ward the one behind Sharon and Phyllis's kidnapping? Or is there another enemy secretly plotting his own plan? The audience will not be able to stop being curious until this story is clearly revealed. The kidnapping of Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers has rocked Genoa City, and viewers can't take their eyes off the screen as the secrets surrounding the case begin to unfold. As the identity of the person behind the kidnapping slowly comes to light, a surprising name pops into fans' minds: Ian Ward. Could Ian be the one behind it all? Or is another enemy secretly manipulating the game? And if so, this could open up a whole new series of events in The Young and the Restless universe. Ian Ward, death and return. When it comes to Ian Ward, viewers can't help but remember the tense confrontations he has created in the past. A schemer and a schemer, Ian has repeatedly caused trouble for the Newman family and their friends, leaving everyone living in fear. However, the last time the audience saw Ian was in a breathtaking moment when he was presumed dead after a brutal confrontation. He lay in an ambulance, gasping for air and seemingly with no chance of survival. However, in the months that followed, no one mentioned whether Ian was actually dead, or whether he had escaped the situation. Had Ian recovered and been planning revenge on those who had brought him down? Although everyone believed that Ian had died, perhaps he had fooled everyone so that he could disappear from sight and wait for the right opportunity to return. Victor Newman, who always maintained a close relationship with major threats, also believed that Ian was gone forever. But for someone like Ian, deception was nothing new. He may have enlisted a trusted friend to help him fake his death, and in this way, Ian can hide in the shadows, recuperate, and plan his calculated revenge. The abduction of Sharon and Phyllis, is Ian really behind it? Sharon and Phyllis are prominent women in Genoa City, and both of them have had a rocky relationship with Ian in the past. Sharon, who has opposed Ian in his schemes, may be an ideal target for Ian. Meanwhile, Phyllis, with her strong and determined personality, is not someone Ian can easily ignore. These two women may have become pawns in Ian's revenge plan, especially since both of them have thwarted his dark schemes. The abduction happened unexpectedly, and their disappearance shocked the entire city. Everyone was confused and could not find any clues about the culprit. However, strange events are gradually unfolding, and the audience cannot help but ask, is Ian the one behind this incident? There is no denying that Ian is an unpredictable person who is always ready to commit cruel acts to achieve his goals. With time to recover and a new life, Ian may have planned a long time ago to carry out a brutal revenge. And if that is the case, Sharon and Phyllis are just pawns in the game that Ian is preparing to play. Defensive ending and misdirection. While Ian has appeared in recent episodes, the truth about his condition has not been made clear. The clues surrounding this incident may just be a misdirection to hide Ian's return. An interview with Ray Wise, who plays Ian, has led many to believe that Ian's death has been confirmed. But is this a hoax? In fact, on The Young and the Restless, this is not the first time that the cast or producers have fooled the fans to protect a plot twist. If Ian is really alive and hiding somewhere, he may be waiting for the right moment to carry out the perfect revenge plan. All the attention has been diverted to others, while Ian is still somewhere, observing and calculating. With his scheming nature, Ian is never an easy threat to eliminate. He always knows how to use his power to create chaos, and now, it seems he is prepared once again. Wildcard Ian Ward and the upcoming turbulences. One thing is for sure in the universe of The Young and the Restless, Ian Ward is always a wild card that you cannot eliminate. No matter how much destruction and suffering Ian has caused, he is still an important character in the story, and when danger strikes, no one can predict what will happen. With his ability to control situations and his hidden agenda, Ian will likely cause more major changes in the upcoming story. If he is indeed behind Sharon and Phyllis's kidnapping, this is just the beginning of a series of dramatic and unexpected events. The future of Sharon, Phyllis, and the Newman family is in serious jeopardy. When Ian reappears, everything could change in the blink of an eye. Old relationships will be tested, and every decision could have unforeseen consequences. Ian Ward is not only a threat, but also a symbol of cold revenge, a ghost that cannot be erased from the Young and the Restless past. So the question remains, is Ian Ward really behind it all, or is this just the beginning of a larger conspiracy that we can't yet guess? The answer will surely be revealed in the upcoming episodes. The story of Sharon and Phyllis's kidnapping will continue to captivate the Young and the Restless fans in the upcoming episodes. The question of who is behind this incident, and whether Ian Ward is the one who returns to seek revenge, will certainly be one of the most interesting topics in the coming time. Will Ian be able to carry out his revenge plan and put Sharon and Phyllis in danger? Or is there a bigger conspiracy waiting to be revealed? This can only be answered when the next episodes are revealed, and fans will not stop following every new development in this dramatic story. The Young and the Restless has brought dramatic episodes and unexpected twists, keeping the audience unable to take their eyes off the screen. One of the stories that is currently stirring up fans is the kidnapping of Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers. With complicated connections and a dangerous character like Ian Ward, this story is becoming more complicated and attractive than ever. Ian Ward, an ambiguous death. Although Ian Ward's story has been going on for years, his death remains a major blind spot in the flow of The Young and the Restless. The last time Ian appeared on screen, he was lying in an ambulance, gasping for air and seemingly dying. Viewers believed that Ian's death had been confirmed, that he could not have survived such severe injuries. But as all followers of the Young and the Restless know, in a world of intrigue and deception, death is not always the end. Although everyone believed that Ian was gone forever, the show cleverly left the door open for his return. Was Ian really dead, or was he just hiding out to carry out an even more devastating revenge plan? Leaving Ian alive would have created a new wave of drama and conflict in the story that viewers could not ignore. Phyllis's accident, Ian and Jordan's conspiracy. While Ian may have quietly survived and recovered, a major part of the story also involved his and Jordan's conspiracy. Phyllis Summers was involved in a serious car accident, part of Ian and Jordan's plan to leave her in a coma and unable to respond. This was one of the most tense moments in the series, as Phyllis was barely able to wake up. However, this was just part of a larger plot that Ian was planning. It didn't stop with Phyllis. Sharon also fell victim to this power play. A bad plan by Ian and Jordan left Sharon in a terrible situation where she was held hostage and held in a sewer. This was one of Sharon's true nightmares, and fans couldn't help but feel the tension as Sharon fought to regain her freedom. With Phyllis and Sharon struggling in the hands of their captors, their families and loved ones now face an unending amount of anxiety. Victor, Nick, and others will have to deal with mixed emotions as they try to rescue Sharon and Phyllis from the evil one. With each passing minute, danger gets closer, and viewers can't help but wonder if Ian is behind all of this tragedy. The tension reaches its peak as clues begin to emerge. Ian and Jordan's actions seem to be revolving around control of Sharon and Phyllis's lives, making it impossible to rule out the possibility that Ian is behind it all. The confrontations between the main characters gradually become more intense, as each searches for the truth while time passes and Sharon and Phyllis's lives are threatened. The Young and the Restless has always been known for creating tense moments that keep fans on their toes. Both Sharon and Phyllis are facing huge challenges. When Sharon is taken hostage in the sewers, she struggles with fear and loneliness, but she also finds the strength within herself to fight back against her enemies. Phyllis, after recovering from a car accident, refuses to stay silent. She struggles to overcome her physical and emotional pain, determined to find a way to escape captivity. These episodes not only add to the drama, but also bring touching and human moments, as the characters face their strongest survival instincts. The question is whether Ian is responsible for these actions, or is there someone else behind the scenes? Is Ian really back? Although the audience has witnessed a spectacular twist with Ian's fake death, no one can be sure that Ian will not return. Ian's return will not only be a huge storm for Sharon and Phyllis, but also shake the entire Genoa City. With a past full of cruel actions, Ian is a character that cannot be underestimated, and his return will only bring a new wave of chaos. Interestingly, the show has not definitively confirmed whether Ian is dead or still alive, which further increases the curiosity of the audience. Perhaps in the upcoming episodes, Ian will return not only to take revenge but also to continue his cunning schemes, and no one can predict the shocks he will bring. Conclusion: a dramatic and intriguing story. The story of Sharon and Phyllis's kidnapping is becoming more and more attractive and dramatic than ever. Is Ian Ward the mastermind behind it all, or is there another villain secretly controlling everything from behind the scenes? The answer will only be revealed in the next episodes, but one thing is for sure. The Young and the Restless continues to maintain its appeal and suspense, keeping viewers glued to the screen. With confrontations awaiting, mysteries yet to be solved, and unexpected appearances from familiar characters, viewers can be sure that the next episodes will not disappoint. Every episode of The Young and the Restless is a non-stop journey between the intrigue and the turbulent lives of the characters. But there is one story that viewers cannot take their eyes off: the kidnapping of Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers. This is not just a simple case, but a power game full of complex intrigue. And behind it all, one cannot help but mention Ian Ward, a character who once shook the entire city of Genoa with his ruthless plans and surprising survival. Is Ian the one behind it all, or just a card in a bigger game that we cannot yet guess? Ian Ward, death or scheme? The young and the restless audience certainly still remembers the dark moment when Ian Ward was presumed dead after a tense confrontation. He was lying in an ambulance, gasping for breath and seemingly had no chance of survival. Everything seemed to be over. But there is one thing that no one has ever said about Ian: is he really dead, or just part of his elaborate plot? Although he was presumed dead, Ian still left many big questions about his survival. No one mentioned whether Ian escaped from critical condition, whether he recovered in the hospital or was captured. Victor Newman, a cautious and not easily fooled man, also believed that Ian was dead, which made Ian's return all the more surprising. However, perhaps this was what Ian wanted. He took advantage of everyone's lack of vigilance, faked his death so he could hide and recover in the dark, and then carry out his revenge plan. With his charismatic talent and ability to manipulate any situation, Ian certainly had enough time and support from his old allies to deceive everyone and hide. Maybe he brought along someone to help him carry out this trick, helping him fake his death so he could survive and carry out the perfect revenge plot. If Ian is really planning revenge, then Phyllis Summers is one of his top targets. We saw her get into a car accident in an event that was believed to be a plot between Ian and Jordan. Phyllis briefly falls into a coma, but that is all part of Ian's plan. The accident is no accident, it is a devastating blow to Phyllis, leaving her immobile, and this only adds to the suspicions of Ian's return. Not only Phyllis, Sharon Newman also had to endure stressful days, caused by Ian and Jordan. Sharon, who is a person with great inner strength, is not easily defeated, but this time, she had to face a terrible challenge when she was taken hostage and imprisoned in a sewer. This was a real nightmare for Sharon, when she had to live in fear and desperate loneliness, but at the same time, it was also an opportunity for Sharon to show her strength and bravery. During her imprisonment, Sharon not only had to fight against fear, but also had to face Ian's secrets and schemes. She seemed unable to escape, and the situation became worse and worse as her life was threatened by the villains. But Sharon did not give up. She tried to expose all the conspiracies, trying to find a way out for herself and her loved ones. Meanwhile, Phyllis, despite her coma, cannot ignore Ian's plot. The two will have to fight with everything they have to survive and protect the people they love. Concerned loved ones, as Sharon and Phyllis are held captive, their loved ones worry and try to find a way to rescue them. Victor, Nick, and the rest of the family face extreme stress as they try to track down Sharon and Phyllis. With each passing minute, the danger becomes more apparent, and the clues to Ian become more convincing. Despite the main character's efforts to rescue Sharon and Phyllis, the deeper they dig, the more they fall into a complicated maze. With Ian's calculations, these confrontations are not only about finding missing people but also about psychological battles, where life and death become strategic cards in this game of power. The door opens for new drama. The show has left open the possibility of Ian's return, creating conditions for new drama to take place. Is Ian the one behind everything, or is someone else secretly manipulating everything from behind? Whether Ian survives or not is not only a question, but also a decisive factor for the development of the plot of The Young and the Restless. Surely, Ian's return, if it happens, will be a major turning point, not only for Sharon and Phyllis but for the entire story. Ian is a scheming and unpredictable character, and the confrontations between him and the Newman family will certainly bring tension and surprises. Conclusion: unanswered questions with unsolved mysteries and increasing tension, The Young and the Restless once again keeps the audience glued to the screen. Is Ian really behind the kidnapping of Sharon and Phyllis, or is there another conspiracy brewing in the shadows? And can Sharon and Phyllis escape the clutches of the villain, or will they have to face a more ruthless enemy than ever? The answers will gradually be revealed in the following episodes, but one thing is for sure: The Young and the Restless will continue to maintain its appeal and appeal to the audience with unexpected intense details.